Today I will be reviewing the Perbel Cosmetics CC Cream. Now this has been all the rage on social media, so let's just jump right into it. This is described as a shade adjusting, multifunctional, all-in-one color correcting, moisturizing, makeup base, and foundation. And of course we're going to get into all of that. But first things first. Let me tell you, on the first side, I put on way too much to begin with. The reason why I did that is because the packet that comes with it says, number one, to apply it liberally. The other thing it says is that you don't need to use an extra sunscreen with this because it has an SPF of 43. I don't know about you, but I've always heard that you were supposed to use a quarter to a half teaspoon of sunscreen on your face and neck every day. So that's the reason why I went in so aggressively at first with this, but let me tell you, you don't want to do that because once I started blending out, it was just kind of a crazy mess. On the other side, you'll see that I went in lighter, which is what the email they send you tells you to do, is to go in lighter, and you'll see that it blends much better on the second side. So just a heads up on that. I'm a big fan of Korean BB cream, CC creams, and makeup in general. And like those, this is also made in Korea, so I was excited to try this. It also contains some really good for you ingredients like hyaluronic acid, adenosine, niacinamide, and an SPF of 43. It does contain fragrance, however, it's the last thing listed on the ingredients, so honestly, I didn't even really notice the fragrance. Let's talk about shade because that is a very unique aspect of this product. This is one of those products that turns from white into what I will call a skin color. Now they advertise it on their site saying you no longer have to worry about finding the right shade for your skin. And it also says our unique shade adjusts itself to your skin tone with a little star. So I went down and the little star says results and actual shade on the skin can vary depending on your undertone. So I'm actually getting ready to do a series of shorts on these foundations, CC creams, BB creams, etc. that change from white into what they call a universal skin tone or into your skin tone, shade adjusting, because I feel like they can be a little bit confusing to consumers. So right now I'm putting it on my face and it looks like it's adjusting to my skin tone because it's a pretty close match to my skin tone. But what I'm going to show you here is the back of my arm, which is a lot lighter than my face. And I'm going to put it on here and you're going to see that this isn't transforming to the specific pale shade of my skin. There are colored pigments in this, so it goes from white to a skin shade that they have selected. So it's admittedly very fun, but just be aware it won't completely transform to your skin shade. But I want to give Perbel credit because usually when companies come out with this skin tone adjusting type foundation, they choose a shade that's kind of medium, and there's hardly ever a skin tone adjusting foundation for people who are pale to light. So I definitely like that. And if you do have a medium to deeper skin tone, just be aware it says in the pamphlet you can use bronzer, of course, to deepen the shade. So as I use this more, I'm starting to get the hang of it. As I said, you need to start out with less and just build up. It definitely has a much better finish when you go in with kind of a less is more approach. So just keep in mind, if you're going in with a very light hand to make the makeup aspect of this look good, then you may not be getting the full SPF protection from it. This definitely has a matte finish on me. As you can see, it's doing a pretty good job of kind of giving me a little bit of coverage over my dark spots and my blemishes. And I found that this had about I'm going to say 4 to 6 hour window before it started fading fairly significantly. But again, they do suggest if you're using this as a sunscreen that you would apply it every 2 hours, which of course might counteract any issues you would have with fading. So let's talk price point. From what I understand, you can only purchase this on perbelcosmetics.com. On the website, it costs $44 plus $5 shipping. So it's $49 for 1.05 ounces of product or 30 grams. I am a big believer in supporting smaller brands, not just the brands that have billions and billions of dollars behind them, because I think it is important to support entrepreneurs and people who are trying to bring us something new and different. With that said, I think this is really pretty on the skin. I love the high SPF. I am planning to use this until I finish it up, but at this point, the price point is a little uncomfortable for me, so I'm not planning to purchase it again. With that said, if you love this, if this works for you, I think that's great. I think we should all spend our money on the things that are important to us. And yes, I have luxury foundations that cost this much that I absolutely love, that I don't mind investing in. But for me personally, I just felt that this price point was a little bit too high for how it worked for me. I want to give a shout out to Miss Loretta. Thank you so much for requesting this. I hope that this helped you decide whether or not you want to try it. And thank you so much, as always, to all of you for trusting me to bring you your foundation reviews. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you soon.